Hello friend, my name is Rajita Dakharji from Alexandria High School. Today I am very happy to take the interview of my dad. Hello dad, can you introduce yourself to my friends?
Hello Aratia and hello everybody. Myself Vishnu Sharda. I am working in Oman and Muscat in Alaria Converting Industries. My company basically engage and manufacturing paper products and paper tissues such as paper cups, paper tissues and also trading in the trading diapers. And in my company I am basically associate with the accounts and finance department.
Dad, can you tell us what you work in office?
In my company, I am majorly handling accounts and finance related matters such as working capital management, treasury management, profit and loss management, and also prepares the final accounts and also some control on the all over expenditures and income.
Friend, you come to know about my dad's profile. Dad, what is this? Please explain us.
This is prepared as my office model. Okay, as you are aware, this is one large section. It is divided into three parts: one, second, and third part. Okay, this part divided in further two. One in two cabins. In one cabin is for salesperson, which is not our related to our activity, and this is a cabin for me here, and this last part for my associates, and this is a conference room. First I explain the conference room, what we do in the conference room. In the conference room basically we all our teammates and team members seated and take some major part of discussion, and some take major issues and solve the issues and take a decision. Okay, and this is for my associate section where all my associates or my team members are seated and make the data entries, bills booking and income related expenses. And this is my cabin. In my cabins I am handling all the related to management reports and some other works also. This is my whole project and whole cabin.
Dad, thank you Dad for giving time for interview.
Thank you, Anthea.
Friend, we wind up the project. Bye friend.
Bye everybody.
Bye. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Archie and her name is Abha. Our father is a hormone specialist and our mother is a child specialist. Today we will learn about growth charts. We all know every child grows, which means that he or she gains height and weight. Growth charts is used by doctors to follow the child growth over time. So doctor, please explain how the growth charts are important.
Hello, as you said that every child grows, and it is important to know, is the child growing normally? Because any disease in the child, nutritional abnormality in the child, hormonal problem in the child will result in the growth of the child getting affected. And this can be seen on these growth charts. The blue growth chart is for boys and the pink growth chart is for the girls.
So, can you tell how the growth charts are used?
Okay, so let us start step by step. Let us enter the name of the child. Let us enter the father's height, the mother's height, and the date of birth of the child, as it's seen here. Now, let us calculate the mid-parental height, that is mother's height plus father's height minus 13 divided by 2. So in our case, let us hope it is 160.5. And let us mark the mid-parental height on the growth chart. The child grows parallel to this mid-parental height. Now, before you go, understand the lines. The upper lines running in parallel are the lines of height, and the lower lines running in parallel are the lines of weight. The topmost line is the line of 97 percentile. Lowermost line is the line of 3rd percentile. So only 3% children are above the line, 3% are below the line, and most normal children are within the lines. Now we enter the date of measurement at the age. So when our child is 7 years and we are measuring the height and weight on 14 November 2020. We will enter it like this. So at 7th year, 14 November 2020, height of the child is 122 centimeters and weight is 23 kgs. We mark the dots like this. So this is a point. Every 6 months till 9 years of age, and every year after 9 years of age, we measure the height and weight serially and mark every year and join the dots to make the curve of the child. As you see, the curve is running parallel to the lines.
So, can you tell what is abnormal in the child's growth in the growth chart?
Let us see that. So as you see, the right tick shows how a normal child grows parallel to the lines. If the height is not increasing as expected, if the height is above as expected, lower than expected, weight above expectation, below expectation weight, height not increasing as per expectation, as you see in this curve, weight rising more than expected, or weight falling or weight not gaining as expected, are the things that are abnormal as per the growth chart, and such child should actually see a doctor.
So, today we learned about growth charts and how they are normal and abnormal. Thank you.
Thank you.
This is family number 1. This is the father, this is the mother, and this is the child. Suppose this family is going on a walk and this father meets with an accident and the father dies. But the father has not taken any insurance policy. Now the mother and son are left alone. Now who will feed them? Who will bring clothes for them? Who will pay the light bills? Now they are totally helpless. This is family number 2. This father has taken an insurance policy. This family has went to a work in morning. Suppose this father meets with an accident and unfortunately he dies. But luckily he was a smart guy and had an insurance policy. Even if the mother and the son are left alone, the insurance company will pay a huge amount to the father, to the mother or the son. That's why insurance policy is very important and we should tell everybody. So I request everybody to tell every. Good evening everyone. Today I am here to discuss about insurance as a career. The best person to answer my question is my Ai.
Thanks Advai for your warm welcome.
My first question is, what is the name of your company?
My company name is Aditya Birla Sun Life Insurance Limited.
How many years do you work for this company?
I am working with this company since last 15 years.
What work do you do?
I am handling front desk at branches. I am working from branch operation team, and I am having a team of 15 team members who serve customers regularly.
My last question is, do you recommend insurance as a career?
Yes, of course, I do recommend insurance as a career because here we are protecting life.
Hello, myself Aradhya Sawant from grade 3D. So let's meet my mother or Mrs. Sonali Sawant and know about her profession. Hello Mom.
Hello.
Mom, can you tell me what is your profession?
I am working in pathology department as a senior lab technician. Pathology department comes under emergency service.
What is pathology?
Pathology means study of diseases, its cause and effect.
What kind of role you do in pathology?
Pathology technicians perform laboratory testing and analysis on body fluids and other specimens.
How it works?
I will show you how it works. First, the blood sample is collected by pathology technician advised by the doctor. The blood sample is transferred into these blood tubes called as vacuoles. These vacuoles are in different color caps. The blood sample is collected according to the test. Then these samples are analyzed on the fully automated machines. There are different machines in different sections. In pathology, there are different sections like microbiology, histopathology, clinical pathology, hematology, blood banking, etc. Some samples are tested under microscope. After analyzing, the reports are dispatched and you will get it in the printed. I think Aradhya, you understood the pathology department and my profession.
Yes, Mom, and it's really interesting, and I am really proud of you that you are working in this field.
Now I will give you some health tips. Eat healthy food, avoid junk food, then drink plenty of water, do regular exercise, monitor your BP regularly, take your blood tests every year. So be healthy and be safe. Thank you.
Papa, I name your company Motilal Oswal. If you tell some details, I will be very happy. What do you work in Motilal Oswal?
Okay, beta. So you know the name of my company, motilaloswal.com. Okay, this company is in Mumbai and it is in Prabha Devi Dadar. And this there are lot of employees in company. So in company I have my cabin and there are 10 people who I work with them and I report to my boss who is the director of the company, and we build the software for the retailer who can do trade in shares market, in commodity market.
I am
Yes,
very
Priya.
happy. Wow, I am very happy with my father to telling the detail. Thank you. Hello everyone, my name is Jayalalitha. The topic of my name demand project is the new age. As I interviewed my father, I got to know his work. He made software, apps, and share market on the. I have many a times I have seen green and red blinking on my father's laptop. I have never seen my father's office, but I have imagined it with chairs, beautiful walls, shelves, and desk, and a laptop. Thank you. And you can see this the modern.
Hello everyone. I am Ibhan Kaul from class 3D. Today I am going to talk about my father, Mr. Sandeep Kaul, and about his profession. A rather unique profession than what I generally hear about from my friends. Today I will talk to him and learn more about his profession. Hi, good to have you here today.
Hey Ivan, I am glad to be here on this call today with you.
So my first question is, what is life coaching and how do you help your clients?
Haha. Well, broadly speaking, the human mind operates at two levels: the conscious mind, which is our awareness, and the subconscious mind, which is automatic in nature. Our environment and the people around us help create our experience, memory, and belief around the world and about the world, which designs our identity and behavior in life. And that becomes part of our subconscious mind. As we grow, some of these beliefs start to become hurdles for us in life, and we lose confidence and are often facing stress and anxiety. As a life coach, I help my clients synchronize the subconscious and the conscious mind. Primarily, I help my clients identify their limiting beliefs and replace them with more empowered beliefs. And it helps them to create new goals, develop new habits, and reach more successful milestones in their life. In order to do that, I work in 6 areas of their life, which is mostly their environment, their behavior, their capabilities, their beliefs and values, their identity, and their larger purpose in life. That's what I do as a life coach.
Now my next question for you is, how can one become a life coach?
You need to have a mix of soft skills and hard skills to become a life coach. Experience of working with people and reading a lot of literature is very useful. The soft skills that you need to become a life coach is you need to be an active listener. You need to have good questioning and analytical skills. You need to have excellent verbal and non-verbal skills. And you must use empathy and emotional intelligence when dealing with people. And as far as the hard skills or certifications are concerned, there are a lot of certifications nationally and internationally into life coaching. And there are a lot of programs or trainings about human psychology. If you can cover these areas as part of your training, you should be good enough to start your career as a life coach, and you need to be passionate about this career.
Thank you so much for that information. Now, the last question for today is, what technology do you use when coaching?
Like we are doing today, we are using Zoom. So I use Zoom a lot. I use Google Hangout to talk to my clients. I use social media to interact with my audience or to find my clients. So I use Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. These are the places where I can find my clients. I use Microsoft Office like Word and Excel and PowerPoint for my coaching. And I use a lot of productivity tools like Google Emails, Google Calendar, note-taking apps, and WhatsApp for communication. So these are the technologies that I use, and based on the scale of operation, the technologies can change.
Thank you so much for telling about the technology. So friends, we got to know a lot about the profession of a life coach. I would like to summarize the model as I have understood it. As a life coach, there are 6 broad areas for intervention that can help people build a strong communication between subconscious mind and conscious mind. Number 1 is the environment we live in that can influence our thinking and mindset. Number 2 is how we behave towards the situation. in life based on our past experience. Number 3 is what capabilities or skills we have or we need to learn to be more successful in life. Number 4 is what beliefs and values we have adopt over time that motivates us to do what we do. Number 5 is what we believe true about ourselves, known as our identity, and we live as that identity. Number 6 is what is the larger purpose of our life in this world. If we can identify and create a plan to fix this level, we can set goals and ensure we achieve them. With this, I like to thank Mr. Sandeep Kaul to be here with me.
Thank you, Ivan, for having me on this wonderful discussion. Bye bye.
Bye.
Hello everyone, myself Kian Mehta and this is my mother Dr. Sunita Mehta.
Hello.
I have been always curious about my mother's profession, so let us interview her today. So my first question is, name any 2 things that you love about your job.
Firstly, I love to help people being a doctor. And secondly, I meet so many new people every day, which is really fascinating.
Great answer indeed. So my second question is, so mom, can you share some essential precautions we should take during this crucial time?
Yeah, of course. As all you know, we should always wear masks, maintain social distancing, and always clean your hands as often as possible. To be fit, do daily exercises and eat healthy foods.
Great answer indeed. Earlier, my mother had told me about a small machine called nebulizer, and I would like to share the information with you. So let's first see how the machine looks like. Now let's get familiar with its components. It has a mask, a mouthpiece, a plastic tubing, a medical cup and a compressor. Now that you have seen what a nebulizer looks like, let me inform you about its working. So what exactly is a nebulizer? A nebulizer changes medication from a liquid to a mist, so you can inhale into your lungs. Some advantages of nebulizers are they are easier to use when you are having an asthma attack, since you don't need to take deep breaths while using one. Multiple medications can be delivered at the same time. A nebulizer may be easier to use with young children. Application. Nebulizers can be used to treat your asthma with daily maintenance medication or to deliver life-saving medication when you experience an asthma attack. Its types are mesh, ultrasonic and jet. How does it work? You sit with the machine and breathe in through a connected mouthpiece. Medicine goes into your lungs as you take slow, deep breaths for 10 to 15 minutes. It is easy and pleasant to breathe the medicine into your lungs this way. Thank you.
Hello friends, I am Krishay Barut, roll number 25, Standard 3rd Division D. I will be covering human resources as a career and how innovative it has got in the current pandemic times. Good morning viewers, you are watching KTV. Hello Daddy, today I would like you to share something about your profession. What do you do in office?
Hello Krishay. I am a human resources professional. I work in the hospitality sector and I lead the HR department for that company.
What is human resources?
Human resources is a function which deals and manages people. The way you have machines, we need people to manage those machines. As a human resources function, we take care of people, right from their grievances, their salaries, their disciplinary actions, and ensuring that people are happy so that they perform well and the company grows well.
During pandemic, how did you take care of people as nobody went to office?
That's a very good question. It was a very challenging time as we had to really motivate people. We had to really take care of people. There was panic out in the market. We as human resource professionals took the use of digital platforms. We ensured that we connect with people on regular basis. We took care of their goal setting exercises. We managed their weekly meetings. And at the end of the day, we had to give a message that we care for the people.
Thank you, Daddy, for your time. Stay tuned.
Thank you.
Hello friends, both my parents work for the Human Resources function. To run an organization, 5 M's are needed: men, money, machines, materials and methods. HR deals with the first M, that is men. HR function contains the following mentioned areas. First, recruitment. This area involves attracting and retaining the best talent. Second, training. This area involves developing their employees by improving their productivity and their growth. Third, pay. This area involves administering employees, salary and benefits. Fourth, performance. This area involves providing employees with resources to perform to their best. And lastly, fifth, company culture. This involves positive and engaging culture and work environment. Thank you.
Can you tell me something about the profession?
I am a chemical engineer. I work for a multinational company where we are engineering and providing sustainable energy solutions.
What do you think is your greatest strength?
As chemical engineers, we are able to create solutions which help the mankind and are continuously innovating to help to develop sustainable products.
What do you think is the need of the hour?
This is a very good question that you have asked. In the current COVID pandemics, we have realized the importance of hygiene and how plastics has played a very important role in our lives. Having said that, we must ensure that this plastic is recycled back and so that we can protect our health as well as take care of the environment.
I did some primary work by gathering information from my parents, did online research on various processes available and decided to make this animated flow chart which helps us to understand everything about PET and how it can be recycled. Recycling of PET bottles is circular economy. PET is an important material. PET is the one of the most widely used materials in the world today. PET bottles are 100% recyclable. Properties of PETs: lightweight, clear and transparent, difficult to break, difficult for oxygen and carbon dioxide to pass through it, safe of harmful chemicals,
very high melting temperature, widely used to make food and beverages packaging, as well as fiber products for clothing. The current recycle. The 10% of plastic is only recycled. The rest, the 90% of bottles are thrown in landfill, burned and dumped in nature. Did you know that it is very important to support and increase recycling to make the most of our available resource, to protect and save the environment, to reduce flow of waste, to create jobs? Recycling will help to preserve the environment and solve the issue of waste. The PET life cycle. The petroleum makes two materials, the crude oil and natural gas. From crude oil we get PTA and from natural gas we get MEG. From these two materials we get PET. PET can make preforms, PET films and fibers. Preforms help in to make PET bottles. PET films help us in making PET packaging and fibers in clothing. The products are discarded by the consumers, collected and sorted, sold to the recycling companies, sorted and compressed. Companies then buy the PET bottles, which are fed into the production and recycled into the PET resin and fibers, which help us to make many various products. The bales are sold to the factories. In the factory, the bottles are sorted. The labels are removed. Then the bottles are pre-washed. Then there is a cutting machine. When the product comes out, we name it as flakes. The material is separated, for example, sand and etc. Then the clear plastic is dried. Dry flakes, melted and extruded, form into petals which help us to make preforms, films and fibers, thus creating a circular economy. This process will never end. Thank you.
Hello respected teachers and my dear friends. I, Manasya Kanbu from grade 30 is going to take a few minutes of your time to create an awareness on dental hygiene and dental treatment. Do you know some fun facts about your teeth and mouth? Let me tell you some. The enamel is the hardest part of the human body. Mouth has more bacteria than total number of people on earth. Taste buds die every 10 days and regenerate in 1 to 2 weeks. Teeth is the only part that can't heal itself. Finally, a fun fact. Women smile 62 times a day while men only smile 8 times a day. Wasn't that interesting? I bet it was. Now, let me tell you some hygiene ways to maintain hygiene for our teeth and mouth, aka oral hygiene. Flossing. Flossing is same as brushing. It removes the plaque and stimulates our gums and also removes food particles stuck between our teeth. Second, tongue cleaning. Tongue cleaning is very important as it removes the plaque from the surface and keeps us protected from bad odor. Third, mouthwash. Mouthwash is very important as it reduces the acid from our mouth and
It works hard in hard to brush area and remineralizes our teeth. Fourth, brush teeth. Brushing our teeth twice a day is very important. It helps us fight from tooth decays and tooth cavities. Fourth, toothpaste with fluoride. Toothpaste with fluoride helps us protect our teeth from tooth decay and kills the germs. So we should use toothpaste with fluoride as much as we can. Drink more water. We should drink more water because it helps sticky and acidic food from our mouth go easily. Smile is the best thing that we all can wear. It is very important to take good care of our oral hygiene for proper teeth. So, today I have my mother, Dr. Sonal Boog, who also happens to be a dentist. So, today she will give us some healthy tips for healthy teeth.
Hi kids.
So, Mom, are you ready?
Yeah, I am.
Hello, Mama Dentist. It's great to speak with you. So, today I have a few questions. So, are you excited?
Yeah, I am.
Okay, now, why do you choose to become a dentist?
I always wanted to become a dentist and help heal people who are in need.
What is the best thing you like in your practice?
Of course, not only I heal my patients from pain, but also I can treat children and get their smiles again, which is the best part.
Can you please guide us how can we become a dentist like you?
All kids must concentrate in their studies. Play only during the play hours. Work hard. Complete your 10th and 12th with efforts. And then you can take the admissions in the BDS and complete your dentistry. And there also you need to work hard and give your full devotion.
Wow, Mama, we will surely do that. Last, but the most important question, can you please guide us for some healthy tips for our teeth?
Like I always tell you, brush your teeth twice a day.
Yes.
Clean your tongue. Always rinse your mouth after every meal. And these are the secrets to keep your teeth clean. And most important, do not eat lot of chocolates. Okay, so kids, please follow the instructions to keep your teeth clean and have a healthy life ahead. All the best, kids. Please shine in your life. Bye.
Thank you, Mama, for such a good interview. Now, I promise we will always keep these things in our mind. Thank you. Bye. A very good day to all. Myself, Mavijay from grade 30. There are many languages in the world, but one language can be recognized by all, and that is the language of numbers. My father got evaluated to become the man who controls the numbers for good, a chartered accountant. So now we are here to ask few questions to my father about these amazing professions. Dad, can you please tell me who are the chartered accountant?
Manvi, chartered accountants are the one who are specialized in accounting, auditing and taxation. They are also serve as a management and corporate caretakers.
And how to become a chartered accountant?
Manvi, the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India was formed in 1949 to serve this profession. It is the responsibility of this institute to make policies and conduct chartered accountancy exam. Currently, there are three steps to become a chartered accountant, and minimum duration is 3.5 years.
And what are the benefits to becoming a chartered accountant?
There are many benefits to a person as a secure profession. There are many new opportunities for your careers. Earnings are high. You can choose your suitable profession in this era.
Thank you very much, Dad, for this valuable information.
Welcome, Manvi.
Now we can move to our topic, family budget. The COVID crisis has affected many households across the world, and many households have changed their consumption and saving behavior. In this
scenario, we need to review our family income and expenses. So here is my topic, that is family budget. Family budget. A family budget is a plan for a household's incoming and outgoing money over a period of time, and it assures that you will always have enough money for the things you need. What are the most important basic needs of the family? Housing, food, transportation, clothing, communications, educations, information technology, and health. 50-30-20 rules. We should follow this rule as 50% for needs, 30% for wants, 20% for savings. How to prepare budget? Firstly, list your income. Then list your expenses. Subtract your income from your expenses. Things to remember during budget preparation. Track every expenses. Lower unnecessary expenses. Go for lifestyle changes. Don't forget big annual expenses. Have an emergency fund. How to make budget a daily habit? There are two ways to keep records of our income and expenses. Manual books, online platforms like mobile apps. Budgeting apps have become a popular way to track spending and saving habits. Here we will discuss one of the most simplest apps, which is suitable for all. Daily Expenses Day app. Daily Expenses is an application to organize your expenses and income and then review the daily, monthly or annual totals in the reports. Homepage of app is showing like this. Income, expenses, transfer. Entries are showing like this. We can check reports by date, month and year. Income and expenses wise record is also possible. We can compare expenses with our budget. We can check our daily, monthly financial movement. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Shadanuja from class 3rd D, and I have chosen my father's project named Avatar, which is award meaning. So, Father, I have couple of questions for you, and the questions are: what is your job profile, and why did you selected this job?
Hi, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Darshad Raza. I work for Siemens Limited. My job profile is that I take care of the admin and facility management for the entire Siemens Limited at Kalwa, which is acquired in 16 acres of land where there is 6 factories and 2 offices.
Yes.
And the second question is why did you join this job? So this job is entirely which is liked by me. I got interest into that, and I felt I can do better and make a career out of it.
Yes, that's a good answer.
Thank you.
So, thank you, Father, for your answers. So now the project for Nirman is Avatar, and I will explain it through my PPT. So this is the picture of Avatar. So what is Avatar? It is a centralized digital control room to monitor and optimize cost and increase productivity by capturing real-time data of utilities like solar, water, electricity, air, access control system, CCTV and fire alarm system. Its transition to digital Avatar 4.0. It's all about getting ready for future smart infrastructure. These are the stakeholders and the benefits, like reduced operation cost. Moving forward, Avatar, what is Avatar concept? It's people, process and technology. It's a combination of tool expertise and domain expertise, like security experts, mechanical experts, electrical and energy experts, and data experts. It's standardization and also a key step towards digitalization, like solar, water, electricity, CCTV and a fire alarm system. Moving forward, these are the targets achieved, like Kalba factory water loss reduction from 16% to 5%, and like that Aurangabad factory air compressor efficiency mismatch 14%. Going forward, these are the targets. Digitalization concept is the projects. Digitalization is not a standalone but logical conclusion to an upgrade, like Solar Kalwa and Aurangabad, like 1.2% to 0.2%. Like that, and I trust my dad that he will overachieve it and contribute towards energy conservation and optimization. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Parjan and today I am talking about my dad and his business. So dad, introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Mayur Jain and I am into metal forging business.
What is metal forging?
Metal forging is a process in which metals are formed through compressive forces like hammer, roll or press.
What is the process of metal forging?
The process of metal forging is first we take the metal and we heat it, okay, and after heating it, once the metal becomes soft, we put it under a hammer machine or press machine, okay, to get our desired or final shape. And once we get the final shape, we put it in water or some liquid to get it cooled down.
Okay. So which metals do you use for forging?
We usually use stainless steel, alloy steel and carbon steel.
So what is the application of this?
The application of metal forging is into oil and gas, walls, aerospace and various other kind of industries.
Thank you, bye. My dad says that video speaks better than photo. So here I am sharing a video with you to tell how metal forging works. So here is man that is talking about steel. He has a cylinder shaped steel. Now he has a hot place. Now one minute. Now he take a hot place. Then he cut the steel into half. Then put it in a very hot place. When it get hot, why do we heat it? Yes, we heat it to make the steel or rock soft, that help us to make it in shapes. Then also it is very hard for us to make in shape. So we use power hammer. It help us to take the rock or steel in shape. You can see how he is using power hammer to make the shape make the final shape. Now after we done the shape, we put it in the water to cool down. Thank you.
Good afternoon. afternoon, teachers and my dear friends. My name is Rishan Datta and today I will speak about impact of COVID-19 on the hospitality industry. What do we mean by the term hospitality industry? Hospitality industry is a broad category of fields within the service industry, inclusive of hotels, tourism agencies, restaurants and bars, event management, integrated facility management, corporate and industrial catering and housekeeping, online portal management for food and beverage requirements. Introducing my dad. I am Rishan Datta and my father Mr. Devnath Datta. He is a hospitality professional organizing new ventures and client bases for his company.
Hi everyone, this is Devnath here. I am a hospitality professional with more than 2 decades of services at various verticals in the industry. Today our main emphasis will be to talk about the impact of COVID-19 on the hospitality industry as a whole. COVID-19 affecting hospitality sector.
Lockdown imposed by governments closed down all social gatherings. Restaurants closed shops. Hotels converted into quarantine centers. Corporates started work from home, therefore closing canteens and cafeteria business. All leisure travel cancelled and resorts closed.
Direct and indirect implications.
Restaurants and food and beverage joints closed shops. Lots of small business wound up in the COVID lockdown period. Mass exodus of manpower from cities to their hometowns. Weddings and other ceremonies took a more personal and virtual shape. Stringent guidelines discouraged opening of theatres, play zones and other social spots. Loss of livelihood and means of earning money for family.
Slow way back to unlock India.
With control in numbers of infections, slowly market has started opening up. Rules have gradually been relaxed and people and families are moving to various destinations. Restaurants with strict guidelines are opening up. Disinfestation and systematic cleaning procedures are being followed at all locations. Business has started picking up.
Commitment to quality and safety.
Premise safety, best hygiene practices, food safety, deep sanitization is the way ahead.
Let's be safe and enjoy.
Let's get fully vaccinated. Let's be back with a smile. Let us make Mother Earth a better place. Let us learn from the COVID-19 experience and take precautions to avoid another pandemic ever.
Thank you.
Hello mummy, tell me about your company and your profile.
Hi Shivansh. I work for a company called DHL Express India Private Limited. I work as a business development manager in DHL. DHL is an international logistics company. It is founded in 1969 in India, and from there is no looking back, and DHL has been servicing a lot of customers. It is having market share of more than 54%. I handle a profile called business development management. I look after key accounts. I look after revenue of more than 2 crores in a month. My profile majorly consists of developing customers, handling them well, and also getting more and more business from them.
Thank you for sharing your company and your profile. Now, what developments you see in the coming future?
In DHL being a futuristic company, DHL keeps on investing in a lot of developments. We have huge investments which are done for customers, in service centers, in different countries, handling different hubs, getting more and more ISO and TAPA certified centers. So DHL keeps on innovating and developing and investing in a lot of such new things. Also, we are now developing a lot of new apps which are for customers, for the employees, which is making the life more and more easier for the customers and for the internal employees of DHL Express.
Oh yes, Mom. There is a mobile application which is developed.
Yes, we have a lot of mobile applications for customers, for track and trace, and for a lot of different activities can be done directly from your own mobile, sitting at your own place. You don't even need to have a laptop. You can do everything at a click of a button on the mobile.
Yes, I will show you that app right now. This is the DHL Express app. You can track your shipment, locate a nearest service, and rates and support. Now I will show you a tracking number that you can track it on. Time and a lot of shipments in the app. Now you can track your shipments, entire shipments at a click of a button in the app. Also, Mom, I have seen an DHL drone delivery and ISL balls.
Yes, this is an app which has been used for the customers. You can track your shipments completely at a click of a button by entering your tracking number. Also, there are a lot of options which can be explored over here for getting your nearest service points, your rates and support, and also transit time queries can be handled directly from the app. Yes, as you rightly said, Shivansh, we are also innovating a lot. So we are now delivering shipments with the help of a drone. Now DHL has also delivered a ISL match ball through a drone. Would you like to share with us?
Yes, that's wow.
Got used to seeing the DHL mini truck deliver the match ball for 110 games, but this has been a season of firsts. Known for being at the forefront of technology, DHL has delivered the official match ball via a drone for the first time in the Hero ISL. This is innovation simply delivered.
Thank you.
Hello friend, my name is Shriyanka from 3D. Hi there, what is your profession?
Hey Shriya, I am a software developer. I develop software which talks to hardware and then take action accordingly.
Can you explain me more?
Yes, certainly. I work in a company who builds software for ATM. Full form of ATM is Automated Teller Machine. Using ATM, we can withdraw money, we can deposit money, we can transfer money, we can check mini statement of the account, and there are many more use cases of this product.
That's great. In our school, there is an event called Nirman Exhibition. In that, I have to make a project. I need your help and guidance for it.
Wow! Let's build an ATM, a small ATM for Dalmia School's bright students. Okay?
What are things I need to build an ATM?
See, we need very few things. One of them is stepper motor. We need register. We need small LED, small light. Okay. And then we need cardboards, and then we need a battery to join the connection, and so that stepper motor runs, so that LED can glow, and things like that. After building an ATM, we insert the card. Once we insert the card and then we press the amount of money we need to withdraw from ATM, and then once we press enter, money comes out from ATM, and then you buy books or chocolates for you with those money. Understood?
Yes.
That's great.
I start with framework of ATM. For that, I take cardboard and Fevicol and cutter. I cut all cardboards and stick it Making circuit for LED lamps. For that I need wire, battery and LED. It will get on when we insert the card. Now working with stepper motor. I am joining it with syringe. It will rotate and money will come out. This calculator will act like display. I am joining it with battery. NL Dalimia Students ATM. My model is ready. See, I have a MasterCard. Let's demo it. Hi, Mummy.
Hello, Tanay.
Mummy, hey, I know that you are a teacher, but what is your job profile?
Tanay, I am a teacher. A teacher's job is not as easy as it seems. A teacher's job is a very responsible job. A teacher should have in-depth knowledge about the subject she is teaching. She should teach the child with well-planned lessons. She should have proper tests so that she can evaluate whether every child is learning or not. She should have proper verbal and written communication skills. A teacher is responsible for each and every child's future. So her job is very, very difficult. And in past few years, due to the changes in technology, we teachers have been ourselves learning a lot of things as you students. Thank you.
Myself, Tanay Mantri from class 3rd. I am here to present the Nirman Project 2021. My topic is Career Vistas in Teaching. I will tell you how offline classes are changed to online classes. In past few decades, teachers used to rely mostly on chalk, pencils, marker pens and writing boards to teach students in the classrooms. But their teaching materials have been replaced by computers, iPads, projectors, wall screens. In fact, tremendous advancement in technology, e-learning through digital mode, apps, games, videos have become more and more popular these days. Coronavirus pandemic brought in a new era of online teaching. Thanks to the technology that despite almost 2 years of pandemic, education is still going on. It's all because of advancement of technology and sincere and dedicated efforts of teachers all around the world. Thank you to all the teachers.
Hello everyone, my name is Tanish Bari. I am in grade 3 from NL Dalmia High School. Today, as a part of a Nirman exhibition, would like to take an opportunity to introduce my father, Mr. Ashwani Bahari, as a banker working in an eminent bank in India. Dad, would you like to share your brief profile with our audiences, please?
Sure, Tanish. Currently, I'm working as Deputy Vice President in one of the Indian banks, and overall having an experience of almost 16 years now in mortgages. Mortgages, something like mortgaging your existing collateral and raising funds against which. And these funds could be utilized for personal use as well as for business use. So this is something more or less about mortgages. Right, Tanish?
Dad, in this pandemic situation, all companies were shut down, but banks were always serving their customers. Dad, how the bank tackled in this pandemic situation? Were any initiative taken?
Yes, Tanish, in this pandemic situation, the situation was not so great for bankers, especially because although all industries were shut down, but banks were still asked to be open because they form a vital part of Indian economy. But definitely, yes, we have innovated a new technology, with the help of new technology, innovated a new application, which is named as UNO. UNO is an application which has been designed for effective processing of client's loan application without him actually stepping out of his home. So it's a totally contactless application wherein neither banker nor the client needs to step out of their comfort zone and meet in person. So to further elaborate, I would like to share a small presentation, a brief presentation, probably which will make you understand what I want to convey. Just a second. So, Tanish, as you can see on the screen on the right hand side, there is the application screenshot has been attached. So basically, this is an application which client can easily, wherein client can easily feed all the relevant details, including the facility amount, what he is looking at, and what is the tenor, what is the purpose of the loan. So further, you can see, now it's more clear over here that facility, applicants, properties, docs, sourcing, all those details can be captured online. As you can see over here, maximum of 7 applicants can be added for one proposal through this application. Further, you can see once the entire application is complete, on the left-hand side, you can see, you can see the screen on facility details, applicant details, property details, everything has been fed. Just needs to confirm regarding his KYC and accept it. The moment he accepts it, application number, like over here, as you can see, MOR number has been generated. SMS will be sent to the client, and if he accepts that particular SMS, that will be taken as his consent. So no physical signature would be required. It would be a digital consent. And then the application will flow in a bank system. Okay. In addition to it, as you can, the financial documents need not to be submitted in physical form by the client. All these financial documents will be fetched online through income tax website basis client's OTP consent. Remaining documents, if any, like property paper or something else, can be uploaded through this particular URL. As you can see on the screen, you just need to feed a combination of the mobile number and application form number, and you can upload relevant balance documents as well. As you can see over here, like PAN card is getting uploaded, right? So in total, we can say this is a absolutely contactless platform designed specially in this pandemic situation, wherein client or the banker need not to meet physically. So this is a digital mode which has been recently innovated, Go Digital.
Yes. Thanks us for listening us patiently. Good day to all. Thanks again.
Good afternoon. My name is Lisan Agrawal from 3rd D. My roll number is 36. My parents are in insurance business. Both of them are MBAs and work in the back office for a well-known insurance company. During this tough time of COVID, the insurance industry has become a savior for everybody. Loss of family member can be replaced emotionally, but financial help is the need of the hour. Claims has increased multifold during this COVID pandemic. Digitation is a very important aspect during insurance. And now anyone can take insurance via click of a button. If you love your family, insurance is the best gift to give your family. Thank you.
Hello everyone, myself Nitosha Ravi Vyas from grade 3D is here to speak about my father's profession about the Nirman Exhibition Project. So, he is my father, Advocate Ravi Vyas. So please tell us about your profession and your work.
Hello, Namaskar everyone. Myself Advocate Ravi Vyas. I am a advocate, lawyer by profession. I have a business of legal consultancy. I consult people who are in real estate infrastructure business, and I make the consultancy. I give them advices. Also, I am a social worker. I am a municipal councillor from Bharatiya Janata Party in Meera Bhayandar corporations, and we do lots of policy decisions, and we do take care about the development work of the city like this, and I love to help the community. Thank you very much.
So here is a model of the work my father builds of roads, bridges for the development of the city. Thank you. I am proud to be my father's daughter, and I would like to be like him in the future. Thank you.
Hello, Mr. Manoj Jain. What is your profession?
My profession is sourcing agent and a consultant.
How long you have been in your profession?
I'm in my profession for last 29 years. Earlier I was associated with a pharmaceutical company. Now I have started my own business since last 2 years in the similar profession.
Have you faced any difficulty in your profession?
Every field is full of difficulty. You have to make it easy through your hard work.
What one scientific approach would you like to add to ease out?
Standardization of specification of material which is being used as input by the buyers and which is being sold by the seller, because many times the material is available but not usable due to change in specification.
Thank you, Mr. Manoj Jain.
Welcome.
This is the job description of my father as a sourcing agent. He receives a receipt of inquiries from buyers located in India, forwarding these inquiries to suppliers based at China. Verification of price offers through custom import data and with local suppliers based in India. Feedback to suppliers whose price offers is not in line with current market price trend and market conditions. Negotiation in line with current market price trend and market conditions. Negotiation as agent between buyer and seller. Finalization of commercial deal. Shipment of material from China to India. Custom clearance of material and delivery of goods. Payment of commissions by buyer or seller to sourcing agent. Thank you.
Hello friend. Right now I am going to take the first step in making my Nirman project. My topic is to research the important topic of cyber security for kids, which is related to my father's profession. So let's start. Hello father, please introduce yourself and tell us more about your profession.
Hello Arjun. Well, for the viewers, my full name is Abhishek Sharma,
and I work with Cisco. So Cisco as a company is very well known for providing computer networking solutions. But besides that, we also sell cybersecurity products and services, collaboration tools like WebEx, and even compute solutions for building data centers across the globe. I handle specific set of enterprise and government sector clients, where my responsibility is to sell cybersecurity solutions to them.
My next question is about why do we need cybersecurity?
Arjun, so all of us use internet for various purposes such as work, play, education and entertainment. Internet is basically nothing but interconnection of computers at a global level to exchange information. Now network can be used by various groups for not so good purposes also, like someone may want to steal confidential data such as bank account details, or bring down any website meant for public use such as Google or Facebook, for example, or even push unwanted content to users on the internet. Hence, computer security companies have invented various security products such as firewalls, antiviruses, email and web security services to safeguard our communications while we access internet.
As kids, what we should keep in mind while accessing internet?
That's a very good question, Arjun. First thing is that you should never share any personal stuff, okay, such as your pictures, phone numbers, school name, parents' debit or credit card details on the internet to anyone. Okay, you should not share your passwords with anyone except your parents. Okay, and you should access only those sites which are permitted by your parents, right? And finally, you should never respond to a threatening email, message or a post on social media or text. And if you find any such thing, you should tell us openly about any communication or conversation that was scary or harmful. Okay?
Sure, Father. I promise to do likewise, and I will share this information with my friends too. Thank you for your time.
It's always a pleasure speaking to you, Arjun. Goodbye.
Today I'm going to make my presentation out of PowerPoint. First you're going to open the Windows, scroll down until you don't get the PowerPoint, click it 2 times and it'll open the page. You're going to select blank presentation. You're going to go insert, you're going to go pictures, stock images. You could choose any of this, for example laptop, for example I choose this, select it by click 1, press insert 1 and then it will show the slide like this. And now we are going to use shapes and text box and the browser. Friends, let's start the presentation. Cyber security for kids is the topic. Now let us understand how is internet useful to me and all kids. First, I do my online classes. Second, I communicate with my friends and family. Third, I use it to download and even play games like Minecraft. I use it to access YouTube to see Indian Train Simulator videos. I use it to even shop like Cricket Bat, etc. Let's start by building a sample computer network and show how it connects to internet. Now, in this slide, you could see people using all kind of electronic devices such as desktops, laptop, iPad and mobile phone. These all devices are connected with routers. The routers get signals from internet. Internet is a collection of servers which have information stored in them. So, why do we need to secure our computer while using internet? The computers have data, photographs of a family and account details. Now, if someone steals the password, he can access these details in the computer, delete the information and also steal your money too. Hence, we need to follow some basic rules. First, I will only be online with a grown-up. I am kind online. I need to keep my information safe. I need to tell a grown-up if something online makes me unhappy. I hope you found this information useful. So, safe browsing and thank you.
Today I would like to introduce you to my father, Mr. Mayur Shetty. He is a lawyer by profession. So Papa, what do lawyers really do?
Lawyers help people with their legal matters and also represent them in court if required.
What do you mean by legal?
Legal means anything relating to the laws of the land.
Who makes the law of the land?
The government, the courts, and also the various local bodies, authorities like municipality, and everyone lays down the laws of the land. Laws of the land are laid down so that there is equity and justice for all in the society, and also so that there is smooth functioning of the society.
Can you give some examples for the law of the land?
One of the very basic laws which you would also know are the traffic laws. Like when you stop when red signal comes and you go when green signal comes, that are also part of law. It's a very basic law which everyone knows and understands. But there are also very complex and developed laws which have been developed over a long period of time.
Thank you, Papa. That was so informative. Thank you, everyone. I hope this has helped you to know more about lawyers and law. Hello everyone, my name is Shrija Shetty, studying in Indian Galnia High School, Grade 3, Division D. Today I am going to present you a model of court and its functioning. There are 4 types of courts in India: Supreme Court, High Court, District Court and Subordinate Court. Mainly there is a witness box where both the parties are produced to express their views or arguments on the matter. This is the advocate or lawyer who defends his client based on the subject. This is the place for public sitting. This is the judge who gives the judgment based on the documents, evidence produced by the lawyers. This is the Lady of Justice. She is the personification of moral force of judicial system. Her attributes are blindfold, scales and a sword. This is the scale of justice. It shows that justice is a balanced act. In the Court of India, there is a national flag of India, a picture of Mahatma Gandhi and the national emblem of India, which says the truth alone prevails. Thank you.
some interesting questions about your career.
Yeah, sure. Ask.
Dad, I wonder why you choose to be a builder.
From childhood, I wanted to make homes for people and commercial buildings just to develop our beautiful country.
Wow, how's your experience?
It's wonderful with my team.
Great, Dad. What are your pride moments?
I met Sunil Devdar sir, Nitin Gadkari sir for a day, sitting in front of them and talking to them are my pride moments.
Wow, Dad, I really enjoyed. Would you like to say something?
I would like to thank the school for this wonderful and creative project in which the children came to know about their parents' career.
Hello everyone, myself Sukirti Singh from grade 3rd B. Here I'm with my Nirman project. We all use it frequently to communicate with each other within a residential building or a corporate building. It is an intercom. Intercom is also called intercommunication device. Intercommunication and intercom is stand-alone voice communication system used for buildings or small collecting buildings functioning immediately. The public telephone network. Thank you.
Why we use intercom system? Usually intercom connection are given to each flat of buildings, the lobby, at the gate and also in the lift. There are specific number for each location. By dialing the specific number, we can call there and vice versa. Guard can call us at our flat from gate to tell about visitors and for other services. It is also installed in lifts, so if some emergency comes, we can call from there and ask for help. How intercom system works? On our users, we categorize it into two groups. First, permanent system. Second, portable system. Permanent system used in offices, residence, buildings, trains, watercraft, etc. And portable system are used by special event production crew, professional sports team, etc. Component required for intercom system. Intercom system, Cron and Cron box, Cron tester, Cron puncture, striper, telephone dibby and also RJ11 connector and intercom instrument.
Now I am with my mother. She works as an office admin in our own company. So let's start our interview. Are you feeling nervous?
Yeah, a little bit.
No one. The questions are easy.
Hope so.
My first question is, what is your job and what made you choose it?
Presently, I am working as an office admin. In this job, I am getting sufficient time for my family as well as for my work. So it's good.
My second question is, what likable thing you like about your profession?
In this profession, profession, I have opportunity to communicate with higher authorities as well as the lower staff group, and it is very interesting to be in touch with different people from different backgrounds.
So my third question is, what scientific change you want in your job?
Yeah, we all are living in a world of technology, so I feel if we use technology more, our work become more efficient, and hope we are doing it.
Hello Daddy, I know you are a chartered accountant, but very few of my friends know that what does a CA do and what is the role of the chartered accountant in the society.
Hello children. CAs are professionals who work in various sectors of economy, managing finances, providing financial advice and money management. They do so for government, entities and individuals.
Thank you Daddy for explaining us what does a CA do in the society. Hello all, now I will prepare the slides. These are various sectors of society like farm, factory, agriculture, taxpayers, money, bank, government. CAs have played an important role here by handling finance, accounts, taxation, money management, financial advice and compliance to law. CAs have helped government to collect taxes from taxpayers, from which government can make hospitals, public schools, metro, highways, etc. CAs have played an important role by guiding people in money management like saving,